So today, Destiny wanted to visit the 9/11 Museum. I've had a lot of fear surrounding the events of September 11th since that day, so I was feeling a bit nervous. After breakfast, Destiny was about to call an Uber, but I suggested we walk to delay us going. Just our luck, it started to rain, so we decided to get a ride instead. As we got closer to the new World Trade Center, my nerves kicked in even more. The thought of being in the same place where the Twin Towers once stood was overwhelming. When I saw the building, I told Destiny I wasn't sure I could do it, but she encouraged me to face my fears. Walking into the museum, my heart was pounding. I stepped into the bathroom to take a moment to pray and give myself a little pep talk. Once we put on our headphones to hear the stories of what happened, I started to feel more grounded. We saw so many artifacts that were recovered after the buildings collapsed. As we learned more, my fear began to shift into appreciation for all the people who came together to help one another during such a challenging time. By the end of our visit, I realized that while those events were a tragedy, it was important for me to confront my childhood trauma. This experience turned out to be a step toward healing, and I'm grateful I went. So I'm just chilling in class, scrolling through my phone, when my teacher drops a bomb that there's a test today. I didn't study for no test, but I wasn't sweating it because my boy Zai always hooked me up with the answers. The only problem was, Zai was absent today, so I had no choice but to put my hands together and pray. Heavenly Father, I know I didn't study, but please, all I'm asking for is an A. I'll even settle for an A-, just please. Minutes passed and I was still just as lost as I was in the beginning. Jesus, please help me. I'll be cool with a B+. Just please help me. When the test was over, our teacher put our scores on the board so we could see how we did. Everyone around me started cracking up because someone got an F. And guess what? It was me! I was so embarrassed that I had no choice but to run out the room. The moral of the story? You can pray all you want, but if you don't put in the work, you're going to fail. I started my day feeling really angry because the rental car for my vacation was a gas car. After driving my Tesla for years, which drives itself, I completely forgot how to handle a regular car. First, I didn't know how to get into the car. With my Tesla, the doors open automatically when I walk up to it, so I was very confused. Right when I was about to break the window to get inside, I remembered that I should just use the door handle. Once I was finally inside, I tried to start driving, but the car wouldn't move. In my Tesla, I just pressed the pedal and it goes. But this car was different. I even asked ChatGPT how to start it, and it told me to look for a start button. I found it, pressed it, and the engine started. As the car began moving, I tried to find the autopilot button so it could drive me to my grandma's house. Then I remembered gas cars can't drive themselves. So I took a deep breath and started to drive. Just when I thought I was getting the hang of it, I almost crashed because my Tesla slows down at stoplights automatically. But this car didn't do that. Luckily, I made it to my grandma's house. But when I got out, the car rolled down the driveway because I forgot to put it in park. So for Christmas, we got Caden a trampoline, and he immediately wanted me to jump with him. I'm thinking it's no big deal because when I was a kid, I used to live on trampoline. I start jumping a little, and everything feels fine at first. Then Caden starts jumping higher and higher, and I'm trying to keep up. Next thing I know, he does a backflip like it's nothing. I laugh it off, but inside I'm like, okay, now I have to do one too. I tell myself I still got it. I bounce a few times trying to hype myself up, and then I go for it. I don't flip, I don't rotate, I just land wrong. My ankle twists, and my whole body immediately regrets the decision. I try to play it off like nothing happened, but now I'm limping on a trampoline, which is not helping. Caden's laughing, asking if I'm okay while I'm trying to figure out how to get off without falling again. I finally step off, and the second my feet hit the ground, my body reminds me this was a bad idea. Caden asks why I stopped jumping, and I tell him I'm just supervising now. And that's when I learned staying young has an expiration date. When I was a kid, I could never figure out why my dad never complained about us eating all the snacks. There'd be nothing in the pantry, but somehow he was always crunching on something. But one day, I went to ask him for help with homework and noticed crumbs on his shirt. I said, "Dad, what you eating?" And he said,
"Don't worry about it."
That's when I knew something was up. A few hours later, I heard this faint plastic bag crinkle coming from his closet. So I waited until he left the house, opened the door, and oh my goodness, he had chips, candy, cookies, he even had soda! It was like a mini gas station in there. And he be telling us not to eat junk food. I couldn't resist. I grabbed a handful of cookies, then another, and before I knew it, the stash was gone! Then I heard him in the driveway.
You know what I feel like doing right now? Eating some cookies.
So I had no choice but to replace the cookies with crackers and hope he didn't notice.
Don't mind me. I just gotta go to my room to get something.
Okay, I hope it ain't those cookies.
Who was in my room?
That's when I learned. Stealing snacks is risky, but replacing them with saltines is how you get a spanking. I'm sorry! I called my son Caden to ask him which flavor prime drink he wanted, but he didn't answer. Turns out he didn't have any phone service in our backyard. I didn't want there to ever be a time that I couldn't get in touch with him, so I had no choice but to buy worldwide walkie-talkies. I wanted to make sure they truly had unlimited reach, so I went in the front yard to see if Caden could still hear me. He said he could, but I realized I was still pretty close to the house. So I got on my electric scooter and rode 20 miles down to the train station, then tested them again. He said he could still hear me, and I was extremely impressed. I wanted to do the ultimate test, so I ran up 60 60 floors into my friend's apartment, and when I tested the walkie-talkies, Caden didn't respond. I knew it was too good to be true, so I came home to return the walkie-talkies, but it turns out Caden did hear me. He just didn't feel like responding. Comment below if you ever ignored your parents. When I was a kid, I was the biggest snitch in the house. If one of my brothers even looked like they were doing something wrong, I was already halfway to tell my dad, "Dad, guess what Dre did?" But one afternoon, I finally got a taste of my own medicine. Dad had one simple rule:
Don't eat on the trampoline.
but that day, I was starving. So I sneak out with my little snack, sit right in the middle of the trampoline, and think I'm a genius. Nobody can see me from here. All of a sudden, I hear Dre's voice.
What you doing, Desmond?
Nothing.
You ain't slick. Didn't Dad say no eating on a trampoline?
Please don't tell.
Oh, you mean like how you told on me yesterday?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just please don't tell. Before I could even finish begging, he sprinted into the house like he was in the Olympics. But then I figured he wouldn't tell because he wasn't a snitch like me.
Desmond, didn't I tell you not to eat on there?
Oh, my goodness. He snitched. Then Dad climbs into the trampoline.
Dre, zipper us in.
Sure thing, Dad.
That was the day I learned snitches don't just get stitches, they get spanked in trampolines. So back in middle school, Bray, the school bully, used to run every teacher we had away. Our school would replace them just for Brayton to do it again.
A guitar has five strings. Brayton, please stop.
Make me.
Oh, they do not pay me enough for this. I quit. Yeah, another teacher down.
Knowing that Brayton made our teachers quit, our school always had another teacher on standby.
Wow, a whole 30 minutes. He lasted longer than any other teacher. Come on, let me introduce you to your new class. All right, kids, settle down. I want you to say hello to your new music teacher, Mr. Falsetto. Hi, Mr. Falsetto. Brayton, please behave. We're running out of teachers. Don't worry. I'll be good.
I didn't find it funny because music was my favorite class, and Brayton knew that.
Oh, Desmond, you know what time it is?
Time to tune up our instruments?
Nope. Time for me to smack you for no reason.
So we all know every school has a bully. At my school, our bully was Brayton Smith. Everyone was scared of him because he was known to enjoy beating people up. Sometimes it seemed like even adults were scared of him too. I was terrified of Brayton, so I just got smart and became his friend. It wasn't always easy being Brayton's friend though. He punched me for no reason, I had to laugh at all of his jokes or he'd give me the look, and he always ate my lunches. But it was worth it. At least I didn't have to worry about him beating me up like other kids did. But one day, Brayton and our classmate Zai started teasing each other. Zai's jokes were so funny, and I chuckled at one of them. I looked at Brayton and Brayton was giving me the look. He told me to come here and I did because he's my friend. Then he put a pencil on his shoulder and said, "Knock the pencil off." I thought it was a joke, so I knocked the pencil off.
You know what that means? I'm gonna beat you up after school.
My eyes lit up. Notice he didn't say we're gonna fight. He said he's gonna beat me up. Oh, he's confident. When the last bell rung, I was the first person out the school. I hopped on my bike and pedaled like I stole something. So let me finish the story. After Brayton Smith said he was going to beat me up, I avoided him for a whole week. I heard he was getting more and more mad every day, and I just didn't understand. Why does Brayton want to beat me up? I didn't do anything to the guy.
Knock the pencil off.
It must have been his favorite pencil. So I thought, hey, I'll buy him new pencils and then we can be friends again. So the next day after lunch, we were outside and Brayton started walking up to me. Cool, I can give him the pencils. My friends later told me that when he got up to me, he said,
"Are you ready?"
I didn't hear him because I was reaching in the bag to get the pencils. When I looked up, he punched me in my face. I was already on the ground, so all I could do was cover my face.
Oh, somebody help me!
The teacher was scared of Brayton, so he called security. They finally got him off of me, and he was suspended from school. I was treated like a hero because now everyone could walk around the school in peace. That is until Brayton's suspension is over. We all knew, in a matter of days, Brayton would be back. So when Brayton got suspended for beating me up, I thought it was all over, but it wasn't. A day after, one of my friends sent me a YouTube link, and guess what it was? Me getting beat up by Brayton. The only person I remember being that close was Zai. So I gave him a call. "You recorded the beatdown? You don't remember, do you? When Brayton was walking up to you and you were digging through your bag, he said to me,
'Take your phone out and start recording.'
And you know what Brayton says goes. Okay, but did you have to send it to him?"
Yes.
When they were walking him away, he said,
"Send me that video or next time it's gonna be you."
So I get that. Zai had to do what he had to do. So the next day, I went to the principal so he could get Brayton to take down the video. But he was all like, "I'm not talking to Brayton."
What, so he can beat me up too?
Oh my goodness. Is there anyone that's not scared of this kid? At this point, the video's going viral. "I want this video down." Hello, what's this? Under the video, I see a button that says report. And when I clicked it, it read, "Brayton said we can't take this video down." He had YouTube scared, so I just gave up.
So a few days after Brayton's suspension, I heard my doorbell ring. I looked out the window and it was Brayton! He's at my house! How does he know where I live? Hello?
Open up the door, Desmond. It's Brayton.
No Desmond here.
I know it's you, Desmond. The principal gave me your address. Open up the door. Don't make me ask twice.
I had no choice but to open up the door. Oh, hey, Brayton. Kicked any butts lately?
That's why I'm here.
Oh, my goodness. He's gonna beat me up at my own house.
You have a studio, don't you?
Yeah.
Good. I need to record a song. Brayton in the booth, getting loose, always being tough. Better like these bars, cause if not, I'ma beat you up. Like I did the kid that knocked the pencil off my shoulder. I beat him so bad he beat himself till it was over. If that boy listening, I really want you to know I'm the type to come and dish you in your own studio. So to the kid that got me suspended, you better watch your back, cause this still ain't finished. Send me that. I'll see you at school.
So Brayton and Ethan went over to their cousin Daryl's house.
Hey, yo, cousins, I need your help.
With what?
I need help proving that our grandpa can move.
Why do you want to expose our grandpa so bad?
Because he's a phony, and my mom makes me do everything for him.
Do,
I'm gonna expose him.
huh?
So are you gonna help me or what?
Yeah,
whatever.
we'll help you.
Oh, so he's getting his older cousins to help him. I know what to do. Ethan followed the grandpop into his bedroom to spy on him.
Got you. I got a plan and you're gonna help me.
What happens if I don't?
I'm gonna tell your dad about this candy you stole.
What? That's not my candy.
Ha, but who do you think he's gonna believe?
Fine. What do you want me to do?
So what's grandpa doing?
He's in there doing pull-ups.
Just like I thought. So now all we gotta do is catch him on camera.
Let me do it.
Okay, sure. But we're coming right in afterwards because I wanna see the look on his face.
599, 600.
You're busted, Grandpa. I finally got you.
Ha, that's what you think. Ethan here is on my side and he didn't record nothing.
He made me.
Oh, this isn't over, Grandpa. One day I'm gonna show everybody that you can move.
So I'm in the living room trying to throw away this huge box. My new electric drum set came in. I grab it confidently and the box does not move at all. I'm like, okay, that was weird. I open the box thinking maybe I missed something heavy inside, but it's just a bunch of smaller boxes. So now I'm thinking maybe it's just me. So I go to the garage and lift a couple dumbbells real quick to prove a point. Feeling strong, I go back to the box and still can't move it. Now I'm confused. So I call Destiny to help me and even both of us together can't lift it. At this point, I'm annoyed. I grab a dolly thinking I'll just roll it out, but I can't even get the dolly under the box. So now I grab some scissors to cut the box apart, but the cardboard is ridiculously strong. I just didn't understand how I was able to bring it in with the drums, but now it's heavier without them. That's when it hits me. I grab my saw and announce I'm cutting the box in half, and suddenly my son Caden pops out laughing. And that's when I learned kids turn empty boxes into furniture.